Recognize the Minister of Environment.
Mr. Speaker, I think it's important to provide a little context in the quote that they would like to maybe continue to quote there. Let me read that into the record for everyone involved, Mr. Speaker. A lot of folks will, and this is a quote by the Premier, Mr. Speaker, quote, a lot of folks will come to me and say, hey, you guys have the highest carbon emissions per capita. I don't care. We have the highest exports per capita in Canada as well. We make the cleanest products, and then we send it to over 150 countries around the world. This province is most certainly a part of the solution when it comes to a cleaner, greener economy. We're part of the solution to your energy security issues. We're part of the solution when it comes to your food security issues. End of quote, Mr. Speaker.
Recognize the Minister of Environment.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Spring storms are spring storms. We would certainly like to thank the members of SAS Power for the extraordinary work that they did. Mr. Speaker, counting emissions per capita skews the numbers in a way that really does not tell the full story. Saskatchewan produces the food, the fertilizer and the fuel that the world needs, Mr. Speaker, and we should not be penalized for that. A more appropriate measure is emissions intensity, and this measure clearly shows that Saskatchewan's economic growth far outpaces Saskatchewan's emissions growth. Mr. Speaker, during our time in government here, Saskatchewan's GDP went up by 19%, while our emissions intensity fell by 8%, Mr. Speaker. This is great work. $14 billion in new capital announcements. Our emissions intensity is going to continue to decrease, Mr. Speaker.
Recognize the Minister of Environment.
Mr. Speaker, I think the international investment community has spoken. $14 billion. And more to come. More to come, Mr. Speaker. You know what, Mr. Speaker, we really do agree that we need to reduce emissions so that our children can enjoy the same quality of life that we do today. But what we do not agree with, Mr. Speaker, is how the agenda is being pushed. And you know what? Cherry-picking statistics to misrepresent Saskatchewan does not help anyone, Mr. Speaker. We need to grow our economy to continue to create jobs and revenues that are going to support the public services that Saskatchewan people rely on, Mr. Speaker. Innovation, problem-solving are the two great attributes that our Saskatchewan-based sectors are going to have and develop into the future, Mr. Speaker. And this is what is going to reduce emissions in Saskatchewan, not federal mandates.